Hello there, my friends. I'm Zelda Kelly with Psychic Secrets. Today I have these two very interesting cards out here. It is the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Now, why are we talking about them? Well, we are now in the just first few days of Mercury Retrograde, and I think that you need to take a big look and take a big breath and think about this, especially in the love department. Now, of course, Mercury affects us in many communication areas like electronics and all that good stuff. But today we're going to talk about relationships and matters of the heart and where it can go very, very wrong. The idea that during a Mercury retrograde, that Mercury appears to be going backward. This Mercury is started April 21st, which was this past Friday, and will end May 14th of 2023. Now, there's a shadow period before, so if you felt like you were stumbling over your words or things were not really quite going on par, that's why. And then there's a shadow period after. It's kind of like this reawakening back into the reality and get rid of this time because it has been a bear starting on day one for many of us, but especially in the relationship department. Because why? Well, with this communication slowing down to almost a crawl but appearing to go backwards, relationships also seem to go backwards for those exes that you have in your life. That's right. If an ex reappears in your life, or they come together with you, or they just feel like, hey, you know, something is happening here for you. I feel you, and I want to contact you. Well, that's what this is all about. And you yourself, my friend, may be even starting to think, well, I wonder what this person is doing, or I wonder what that person is doing. Many, many times there will be contact coming out of the blue. That's what this this Eight of Wands means. This is communication coming in just quickly, swiftly, like smack you. And surprisingly will come to you, like I said, out of the blue. This is a fire element, so there's that fiery idea behind everything. And yet we have this Ace of Cups, which is this beautiful, watery, and very emotional sign saying, or a card saying to us, this is good for you. There's help coming for you in this relationship, and your cup and your heart is going to be filled. And your cup will run over with emotions and memories and ideas and peace. This benevolent hand from heaven would be giving you a hand, etc., etc. Well, what that means is that not only could they be thinking of you, but you could be thinking of them. And one of you could be taking that extra step to make that phone call and say, gee, I was just thinking about you. And many times there's a reunion or a reuniting in a relationship. A reconciliation can come, and you see with this Two of Cups here, that's pretty evident that that's what they're talking about. This Two of Cups is this coming together. It's an emotional card, and many times, and if I'm going to point this out, you see these snakes, that is the symbol for the medical industry, hospitality medical. I want you to know that sometimes being in a relationship with someone that loves you can be the best medicine ever. Many of us have felt that way many times in our lives. So that's what this means. It's coming together, negotiating, bringing your lives together, loving, sharing, caring. But this may be short-lived, my friend. The reason being is because during this Mercury time, and we're told not to do anything like, well, buy a house, sell a house, sign any contracts, buy a car, sell a car, exchange big amounts of money, invest into... You see this. just wait. If you can wait, because I can tell you many times during this particular time, one person or both will jump into or jump back into something and then regret it later. And then, believe me, my darlings, the next step is this very, very painful ending. And when I say painful, you're reliving those hard memories again and reliving everything that you went through. The toughest part about this card is you see this person's laying on the beach, basically stabbed in the back. This is an air element. But the one saving grace about this, and what I tell everyone is, this is temporary. This is not permanent. As permanent as this looks, this is very calming waters. And this is the horizon. The sun is rising on the horizon, which means there's a new day coming. This is temporary. You can shed all this. This is metaphorically speaking anyway. The 10s mean that you've completed a certain round in this tarot card journey, and you're getting ready to start afresh in something new. You're basically starting over with a fresh start, especially with this card. That's important because the situation is temporary all around. But then what happens also is this very, well, action-oriented Tower card. You see one person is falling face forward and upright, and the other one is falling on his back, and just muck, mire, and mayhem, and the lightning is shooting the crown off the tower, and the tower is built on sinking sand, and I don't have to describe this anymore. You can see for yourselves. But this card shows and tells us that the tower means there is an ending, and maybe like this 10 of Swords, well, it's going to be painful, all right, because in its abrupt change, an abrupt collapse coming down, and then you start over. This is a major arcana card, so you're going to start over. It's number 16. 1 and 6 is 7. We can do a little numerology there. The 7 is a perfect number, but what you want to make sure that happens out of this particular card and this particular reading is that you've learned. Make sure you've learned your lesson the first time. And if you are entertaining this, well, all I have to say is good luck. And I hope that you fall into the category of those who really beat the odds during this lovely Mercury retrograde that is geared toward, well, disruption. If you're in a current relationship and things seem a little rocky, I would just suggest that you chill out until the middle of May and maybe revisit some things, treat each other kindly, and know that sometimes we just go through some rough patches and maybe we just need a little space. But whatever the case may be, make sure that you know what you're getting back into when you get back into it. And just be aware, because, well, forewarned is forearmed. And love, in this particular case, should not be war. I want to thank you so much for being here with me. I just love it when you are. You can find me on social media as Psychic Zelda Kelly, and I'm at psychicsecrets.com. If you'd like to speak to me, come on over and say hello and read the blog. Thank you again for watching. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to know anything more about the tarot or the playing cards. We'll talk about it. I love bringing these videos to you. In the meantime, have a very blessed day, and I'll talk with you again very soon. Bye for now.